Come in, it's a two-step process.
Yeah. It's a two-step process. You've got to understand that it's a two-step process. If your hairline is wrapped all around this way, and you coming in, and you all of a sudden want a hairline like mine, you're not going to get it in one shot. It's just not going to happen. There's only so much ink that you can get in at one time. You know, so you got to allow your head a chance to heal up. Then come back in, let us look at how your head heals up, and then be able to, build upon what's going on. So that's very important. If you don't have nothing, you're not going to go from nothing to something in one time. So that's the reason why we say it takes at least 2 times, depending on the severity of your thinness.
And then you have to follow the aftercare. You have to put the lotions on. You
got to make sure. Some of the companies out here, and I'm addressing the companies out here because, I've been hearing different things of how some of these companies are telling people to use Head and Shoulders. If you're Afro-American and you're using Head and Shoulders, you're doing yourself injustice. The only way that Head and Shoulders will actually really work for somebody, unless you have some type of complex about your scalp shining and you want to dull your scalp out. But as a whole, you want your scalp to have some type of moisture to it to go ahead and keep it looking as healthy as possible.
Otherwise, the color looks a little bit off.
It's going to throw everything off, regardless. This whole thing looks better when you keep a little moisture in your scalp. You want to be able to keep the moisture in there and kind of help trick the light that how people are going to look at you, out in public. But if you're walking around here with Head and Shoulders, then they're going to be looking at your head in all the wrong reasons, because your scalp is just dried up and flaky and looking crazy.
So that's something that we focus on, being that we specialize more in Afro-textured hair, is that some of the products that we use and the advice that we give is geared more towards Afro-textured hair. Yeah. So it is different than what the other companies.
It is different, but you got some companies out here that trying to do anybody that walk through the door, and they're basically giving everybody the same thing. Here we don't try to go ahead and give everybody the same product. If you got a real oily scalp, then we'll give you something that'll work. If you got a real dry scalp, we'll give you a whole nother aftercare. Everything is formulated around, your scalp. It ain't the same products on everybody.
So it's different, and we just more specialize in Afro-textured hair, and no matter what their skin issue is, we could give them a product that will help them with the healing process.
Anybody that's had any other type of tattoo on their body knows that once you get a tattoo on your arm or anywhere else on your body, that you cannot let the direct sun hit it. If you are going to be out in the sun, you got to make sure that you put sunscreen and stuff on. It's no different if you get your head tattooed. You got to make sure that if you're going to be in direct sun and you're wearing your hair short or whatever, you need to make sure that you have some type of sunscreen, sunblock, to make sure that the sun is not baking on your scalp, altering the work that's been done. It doesn't make any sense. We try to cover every basis as far as what people might have to go through, as far as their everyday life, to make sure that the product stays nice, So that's something that's real important, along with the haircut and everything. Because if you're sitting out here and you're not putting sunscreen on your hair, and your scalp is all dried out, and you using Head and Shoulders, and the haircut is bad, you got 3 and 4 different factors going on. The reason why your head might not be right.
Or the color might be off.
Color might be off, definitely. In the summertime, I cut my hair down real low. But you can best believe that when my hair is cut down real low, then I'm making sure that I have some sunscreen on my head to make sure that everything is right. Anybody that's ever had any type of tattoo, they understand that. But you got some people that come in and think that they can come in and get a one-trick pony. That's because some of the companies they might have talked to other than us might have said, hey, we can do this in one time, and they never discuss the whole sun thing. And it's something that's very important that everybody needs to understand up front. And that's basically the whole purpose of this video, is to make sure that people have a better understanding as far as if they want to come in and get their head tattooed and get their spots filled in and what's the difference between us and them, you know?
Or the difference in the inks. I mean,
everything. We try our best to make sure everything is color matched before, you know, you even walk out of here. We're gonna make sure that in all facets of light that when somebody look at your head, that everything is gonna be done correctly. You know, the only thing that we ever ask out of anybody, that if they're gonna come in, they have to come in and they gotta be willing to go ahead and follow the aftercare, because there's no way in the world you can undo something that might have took years to happen. So it's very important.
And to follow the aftercare.
The aftercare has to be followed to the letter. It ain't no different if you go have surgery and the doctor tells you, hey, this is what you need to do once you leave the hospital. There's no difference here. So if you have surgery and the doctor tells you to do something and then you go home and try to play doctor, then guess what? You're going to get the bad end of the stick. This is no different if you come in and you get this procedure done. You got to be willing to pay attention to detail and understand, you know, everything about this.
The haircuts and pretty much
everything.
everything.
I mean, I still have to really stress the importance of that. You know, the haircut is everything. If you're going to self-cut your hair, you need to know what you're doing. If you're going to go to a barber shop, you need to know what you're doing. All that stuff ties in, and all of it is equally important.
And even in regards to the ink, you know, we use both the tattoo, cosmetic inks, organic inks. None of them have a problem, you know, with the color. The color is an issue if you let it fade out too much, but we order inks from reputable companies. Some companies make their own inks. To us, that's a little bit unsanitary. We're not a lab here, so we purchase inks from reputable places and we choose not to make our own inks. We choose to purchase inks from people that have been selling them for years and years and years and years. So we're not experimenting on the inks, and we're not a lab, so we're not going to be making our own inks. And other than that, it's just a matter of the haircut, the aftercare, making sure that you could go through the healing process when it cracks and flakes, and just keeping in touch with us. If it's a little spotty, too light in areas, just come back, we'll get it touched up. But you need to keep in touch with us, and if there isn't any issue, just make sure that you contact us and we'll take care of it.
Yeah, and I would tell anybody, you know, I hope that this video was very informative. If you have any other questions, please, you know, give us a contact. You know, you can call us, or you can go ahead and email us. And like I said, we can answer any questions, any other questions that maybe wasn't covered in this video. But you know, the whole purpose of the video was to try to give you a little bit more information as far as the whole procedure, the whole little thing of how some of these companies out here telling you that they can do it all in one wop, because we've had people come in from other companies that was promised things as far as them being able to get it done in one time, and they realized that there was some hidden fees on the backside of them going back in because they wasn't able to do it in one time. You know, so we try to be upfront with people, you know, way before you even come in and get anything done, and when you even send us the photos, we can tell you exactly, pretty much, about how many times it's going to take, you know, to get your head right, because you're just not going to get it done all in one time, you know. So it's something that you just need to understand, that it ain't, you know.
It's not a quick fix.
It's not a quick fix, because we're fixing something that took years to disappear on. So, you know, if anybody telling you that they can do it in one shot, then I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. So, like I said, please get in contact with us if you have any questions. Like I said, you can call or email. You can ask for me, or you can ask for Cheryl. You know, and like I said, we'd be more than glad to answer any questions that anybody have. So, like I said, just give us a yell. Let us know what's going on.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.